Hi. Today I'm going to talk about a few things. Mainly, though, I'm going to talk about community. Excuse the lack of enthusiasm. I'm kind of tired. My sleep schedule is fucked. That is because I participated in Project Frossom over the past 2 days. Luckily, I had one of those days off. I ended up getting the second day off after I went ahead and got up and went to work. Someone offered to pick it up. So, yay for people picking up shifts. That's fun. So the Project Frossom was fairly cool. It was a success. 3 pages on the most discussed were Project Frossom videos. It was pretty cool. I mean, like I said, it did what it needed to do. I was personally a little bit disappointed that it ended up being more a spam these specific ones and get them on the pages. I kind of envisioned it more being everyone getting a chance to see everyone else's videos too, just so that you spread more word and that sort of thing. But it did what it did. So I want to talk about, I feel like a teacher today, we would talk about the community. Anyways, community. And what does that mean, like community? Well, it used to mean the real world community is where you live, the people you live around, and it still does to a certain extent. You live in a community wherever you live. I don't think we're nearly as active as we used to be. It used to be you were definitely real friendly with your neighbors, and that was your community. It was the people who lived around you, and I think for the most part, family lived around you too, so that probably helped lend to it, or helped add to that unity. Now, though, we're more, family's more spread out. I can tell you honestly, I don't know the people that live to one side of me at all. I know the people that live on the other side of me is two, young girls, in their 20s. I don't know anything else about them except for they're loud and have really bad taste in music. And, I mean, is that my fault? Partially. I don't really feel like going over and talking to them. I don't think I probably have much in common with them based on their musical tastes and the amount of yelling and drinking that goes on over there, but hey, whatever. So that's, the real world community. I mean, you still obviously, because you physically live there, you want to have some ties to it and you care about it because you don't want it to suck. But I think you don't have very little choice, but I mean, okay, I have very little choice in where I live. Yes, there are other places I can live, but they're more expensive and that sort of thing. So I think things like finance and jobs and even family and things like that can limit your choice of where you live and therefore the physical community you live in. So more important to me personally is the digital community that we can choose to live in and how that can exist. Digital community, what do you mean? Well, obviously, a lot of us got a chance to participate in that yesterday and talk to people, and, while we were talking to people and that sort of thing, we were also doing something as a community that we all cared about and mattered to us. And that's cool. So, why a digital community? There's a lot of theories out there. These are my personal takes on it. Is you can pick and choose a lot better. You might live in bumfuck Idaho, but you can choose to belong to the community that's into high fashion or techno music or extreme body piercing or whatever you want. It's your choice. You can pick and choose, and you can do what you want. So I think having that choice of finding, it's more the community of like-minded people that you get to choose. So you can find people who think like you and have the same interests as you, especially if you have very focused interests, which that's kind of a side point. I think that we've been forced to narrow our interests immensely. People aren't into music anymore. They're into super acid trip hop or psycho emo deathbilly, whatever. Everything is just squeezed down into this razor thin thing where it's you and 100 other people on the face of the planet like it. Meh, whatever, do what you want. I mean, that's cool, and I'm guilty of it too, don't get me wrong. My tastes, music for instance, everyone says they like everything, and I can appreciate a certain wider amount, but what I like is a fairly narrowly defined grouping. Even within the punk genre, there's a lot of stuff I don't really personally care for. I don't hate it, but I just don't choose to listen to it. The second thing about communities I wanted to talk about is the fact that you can kind of choose different communities to belong to, and you can belong to multiple communities at once. It's almost like living in a couple different places at once. You know, you might have. I told myself I wasn't going to be all scratchy and itchy and twitchy this time. So what was I saying? You can belong to multiple communities at once. You can belong to your geeky book club over here, and then you can also belong to this acid trip hop group over here, community, and then you can belong to your church group if you're into that sort of thing, who might have an online presence, although I'm pretty sure that most religions are afraid of computers. Alright, that wasn't very nice, I apologize. And I think it can help you find other people. Like, obviously, there's a million dating websites out there, and some of them are a little bit disturbing, but maybe that's a good representation of what I'm talking about. Is, you know, you have Match.com. That's for the big population at large, for everybody. They can go out there and find their match based on true compatibility scores, or not. You know, you can go to bbwwoman.com, or guys with one leg who want girls with shaved heads.com, or whatever. I mean, obviously, you know, I think just like everything else, they start at very, very wide, and then they keep narrowing down and narrowing down and narrowing down until you get exactly what you want. In theory, of course, the more narrow the definition, the less people are likely to know about it, the less people are likely to be there. But anyways, that's a tangent I don't want to go on. So yeah, that's my quick take on communities. I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired and my sleep schedule's really jacked up. So yeah, anyone who is watching me for the, well, probably second or third time maybe, because you might have found my Project Rawson video or my, I don't know, whatever. This is going to be fairly random. So I will basically talk about whatever's on my mind. I think I'm going to focus more and more on just spouting off at the mouth with whatever I'm interested in or is on my brain. I think that's kind of the contribution I can make. I can't play an instrument, I can't juggle, I don't do magic tricks, I'm not very funny, alright, not in a good way. Yeah, sorry, that's it. I don't really have like a lot of worthwhile advice that you probably can't find somewhere else. If I do, I'll share it, but man, whatever. Alright, that's all for today. Bye-bye.